What is conviction and how do we get it? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video, this magical, mystical energy that only the natural seem to have. But in this video, we're going to disprove that. We're going to say you and I can speak with conviction, and it's all about getting into the right mindset and having the right practice to be able to explore your conviction in the moment. So what do I mean by mindset? Well, there's this scene in The Dark Knight where Batman or Bruce Wayne, sorry if it's a spoiler alert, is in the bottom of the well and he's trying to get himself out and he's tied to this rope. He's trying to scale the wall up. But every time that he tries, he gets like 3/4 of the way through, he falls. And the only thing that's catching him from dying is this rope. And he tries and tries and he keeps on falling until one point he's sick and tired of that. And he's going, you know what? I'm going all in. And he takes the rope off and he says, I'm going to just free solo. I'm going to climb this wall and scale it. And if I die, I die. And what happens? Well, of course, it's a movie, but he's able to get out of that well. And I think that is what conviction is. It's saying, I gotta do or die. I gotta get in the mindset where there's no plan B, where either I succeed or I'm not even gonna entertain what happens if I don't succeed, because success is the only option. This type of mindset is really, really important in speaking, because that rope, those are our insecurities, our doubts, our hesitations, and we know that as soon as doubt or hesitation enters your brain, you're not going to be able to speak with the same type of certainty and conviction that you would otherwise. So the number one thing to remember is that conviction is basically the opposite of doubt and insecurity. Conviction is full certainty. It's a belief in yourself that is unshakable. Now, how do we cultivate that belief? Well, the good news is it comes naturally to us. If you're a parent, you know what it's like to scold your children and say, no, never do that again. That was way too dangerous. You do that naturally because it's just this instinct to protect your child is so natural that conviction comes effortlessly. Or maybe you're talking to your spouse and things are difficult and you're going, you know what? It doesn't matter. I will go to bat for you. I will wait for you. I love you. Whatever it is that you say, if you have that energy of conviction, they're going to believe it. Not because you're using words, but because you're transferring energy. That energy of willing to go to bat for something, that energy of I believe in what I'm saying, that's the energy of conviction. Maybe you have that uncle at Thanksgiving who starts talking about politics. That's also the energy of conviction, really believing in what you're saying. The crazy thing is, you don't necessarily have to be right to have conviction. I remember my wife and I were arguing and I'm like, I swear I locked the door. I was so certain until I came home and realized, oh, I forgot to lock the door. Whoops. So conviction doesn't need to be rooted in truth, which is interesting because it shows us that conviction is just an energy. It's just us believing that it's true. That's kind of crazy. Of course, we want to be rooted in truth because it's Ultraspeaking. We're a community of authenticity and of being ourselves. And so, of course, we want to speak about things that we really believe in. So, for example, if you're going in for that raise, you don't want to just say, oh, well, my coworker got a raise and so I believe I got it. No, you want to have a track record to prove it. You want to really pump yourself up and say, I believe I deserve this. And if it's true, then you want to be able to communicate that belief to your boss. Now, it might be true, but some people still aren't able to communicate with that sense of conviction. And that's because they don't know how to practice conviction. Maybe they haven't spent enough time expressing themselves with that type of energy that every time they go and do it, there's a little bit of that fear or doubt or insecurity. And that's totally normal. And that's why it's so important to practice speaking with conviction. At Ultraspeaking, we have a couple of games to do that. One of them is called Triple Step. It's my favorite game. It's super fun. There's actually a video right here where I play Triple Step on extreme settings in a sauna. And the only way I'm able to survive that game is by upping my energy, entering this thing I call rant mode, where I just rant on a topic, and speaking with conviction. It's the only way I'm able to win at that game is by raising my energy. So that's one thing you can do in practice, is raise the energy with which you're speaking. In this video, Alienor plays Conductor, a totally different Ultraspeaking game, and you notice that she actually doesn't need to raise her energy to speak with conviction. Instead, she has to connect deeper with what she's saying. And that allows her to speak with this type of energy, a certainty that doesn't necessarily have to be loud and angry, but can actually be just impactful and serious. Conviction takes all shapes, sorts, and forms, but the thing that connects them all is energy, is strong emotion. So if you're presenting data and it's boring to you, you got to change that. You got to find a way to make it really interesting to you, because that's what conviction is. It's about finding an emotional connection to what you're saying. So let's recap. First of all, anybody can access conviction because we've all done it, whether we've been an angry parent or a concerned spouse or anything in between. When we care about what we're saying, conviction comes naturally. But sometimes conviction can be scary because it involves letting go of the rope, of the doubts and fears and insecurities. And in the moments that matter most, our adrenaline's going to be really, really high, and our insecurities might follow. So we don't want to practice speaking with conviction for the first time in a situation that's high stakes. Instead, we want to practice speaking with conviction in environments that simulate pressure, but where it's safe to fail, like Ultraspeaking. And we have a couple games to do that. You can practice with triple step, raising your energy, or practice with conductor, speaking with emotion. At the bottom line, at the root of it all, conviction is just about energy and emotion, connecting with what you're saying and believing in it so strongly that you don't have to do anything else. The conviction naturally pours out of you. Because again, at Ultraspeaking, we believe if you get the inside right, then the outside will take care of itself. So whenever you're going to speak up next, ignore that insecurity, go for it, and remember to just care about what you're saying, believe in it, and if you're able to channel that energy, conviction will take care of itself.